Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So welcome to my channel everybody. So for January, the new year, welcome everybody. Happy New Year, right? So it is now 2024 and we are in January, and for January I decided that I would be concentrating on the Bee My Valentine Suite, which included this sweet little let me move the whiteboard because this is video number 2 on a Monday, which means it's a case of cards. So we have the Be Mine. You could do just the bundle, which would include the stamp set and the punch, or you could do the suite, or you could do a combination of what you want. But this suite included this bunch of paper. Where's my ribbon? Oh, there it is. This sweet sorbet ribbon and these embellishments. So today's card, believe it or not, we're going to use the Bee Builder Punch, but we are not, and I repeat, not going to be using the bee. This is case of card. It is on page 8 of the new mini catalog. I cannot show it to you even though this is airing in January. The reason being is because I don't have an actual catalog, so I had to look up online as I'm doing these videos here. This is what, December, the beginning of December for January, because I like to be prepared. So anyways, let me show you my project, and I'm praying that I wrote it all down if I could find the notebook. So this is my little card, and I realize now that I put my strip of paper on my card upside down and on the wrong side, but it's going to be okay. It should go like this. So when I address it, it will go like that. And yes, this is a very old, like last year's paper pumpkin card, but it was pool party. It was an extra envelope I had, and I thought it went well. Now, if you are on page 8 of the mini catalog, up in the right hand corner, you'll see this little card. It is sweet sorbet with a white piece of cardstock in these little white bee bodies stamped with flowers, and it just says love you. And then this, and this are some of the embellishments from the suite, which I have changed, but I couldn't leave it that plain. It was very plain to me. Some may like that white on white. It didn't, when I went to lay it out, it did not quite look right. So I changed it up. This is what I came up with. I did a white card base, a sweet sorbet layer, the DSP, this soft petal pink with the honeycomb print. I did my little splotchies on it because I thought it needed a little bit more, and I added some sheer ribbon. Now the sheer ribbon, you can, I want that out. I just want it like right there. Yes. The sheer ribbon, you can dye any color. You can buy it just anywhere. I just made a simple bow. Let me show you the inside. This does not have to be a Valentine's card. This can be in anything, because inside I put I love you no matter what. So if someone's having a hard time or going through a hard time, this is a nice, bright, loving little card for them. So let's go over what you are going to need. I'm going to set my sample over there, looking for the notebook, which I can see now is covered up. All right. Hopefully, oops, I did miss the sentiment strip for the inside. For the inside. Now you guys are going to probably laugh. Let me hopefully get my supply out. Hopefully it's in here. Otherwise it disappeared and I'll have to do. Okay. It did. We'll have to just make one. That stinky winky. Not fair. Not nice. It disappeared. But we can make one. Oops, here's a sentiment strip. We'll just use this one. This is actually from a paper pumpkin kit. The other one was too. Oh, no, I see it. Oh, this is from November's paper pumpkin kit. And we are going to stamp on it. Now, if you don't have November's kit, you need to do a piece that is for inside. 3/4 of an inch by 3, and you can flag one side, meaning you do that little bit there. So now that we have that, now let's go overwrite everything. So we already seen that. That's the last bit. We have our envelope. We have a white card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Layer number 1 is Sweet Sorbet, 4 by 5 1/4. This is what I added, the DSP layer instead of a white layer. Be Mine, 3 3/4 by 5. We have our envelope, and we have a strip for our said envelope, which is 1 by 4 3/8. It's going to go on the left side of our envelope. You will need 7 inches of a sheer ribbon and at least 12 inches for a bow, depending on the size. If you want a smaller bow, it can be smaller. And you will need, I did forget this too, 5 white bee bodies punched from the Bee Builder punch. And voila, I have 5. So we have all of our pieces. Let's move the notebook over there. And we are going to start by gluing. I didn't do anything else to the envelope here. If I could get this off of my tabletop, I'd be okay. So we're going to try to glue this strip the right side. Oh no. No. We don't want no goobers, and I think we have one, and I think I already see it. Nope, just really cold, thick. Unless it's in there. I don't know why it's like... Okay, Q-tip time. Gonna clean the nozzle out. This is the one I switched around. This bottle had more glue in it. Whatever's in there is not in there now. So, Q-tips to the rescue, right? Love them. And something is actually in the needle. Knows it never fails. Why? Oh. Ooh. I got dried up glue in there. I left the lid off. That's what it is. So what I'm going to do is take, if you have one of these, I take this little sewing needle and I'm pushing it. And there that is. That little goober is what was causing all my problems. So my needle is out. I'm going to wipe it off. You know, sometimes you do maintenance on your stamping supplies. I tell people all the time. I do maintenance on my back like people do maintenance on a car. You know, I have to go in for injections. Have to do stuff like that. Now I got glue on me. All right. Just one of those things. Now I should have, yep, no problem. Next time, well, I'm sitting here writing things out. Put the lid on the glue bottle. So 1 inch by 4 3/8 fits perfectly along the side of the envelope. This one, however, oh no, that's perfect. I was like, this one is gonna make me a liar, but it's not. Okay, so our envelope is done. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. Next we have our DSP. This is the other side. Really cute, but like I said, we're casing a card, but I just couldn't leave it as it was. I'm making it my own, right? So I'm stamping off once, and then I'm going to go at a diagonal 3 times. Stamp off once, at a diagonal, stamp off once. Now I'm going to do like a checkerboard and stamp 3 times with that ink. So stamp off once. Here's 1 inking, 2 and 3, and now my DSP has a little bit of stuff on it, and it just, trust me, it just needed it. I sat there and it was, I had already put stuff on it. I had to do a mask of a flower. It was kind of crazy. So next we're going to go ahead and glue this piece down. And thank goodness, guys, that I got all my boo-boos hopefully worked out in my sample, because I wanted to add ribbon, but I had glued these two layers together and then I glued them to the card base. So I had to pry them up on the sides and try to jam a glue dot and some ribbon on the sides. I got it to work. Oh, kind of funny. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and I want tear tape. Just going to take like an inch because I only need half for each side. And I want it about an inch up on each side. So I'm just going to turn it over. We can actually use the grid if we want to. So I'm going to stick it right there. So this is 1 inch. There's one. Here's the other. You can use Scotch tape, but Mr. Frog is missing in action. Mr. Hankster has confiscated him. I'm going to have to rescue him again. Oh, you guys are going to laugh. Okay, my Hank, I love that little boy. He can get into so much stuff. So yesterday he comes home off the bus and he had wrestling practice. And I'm like, Hank, where's your, you took your Gatorade bottle with you to school that day. I said, so where is it so I can clean it out and get it filled up for you to take to wrestling? And he says, well, Manji, he's like, my bottle is no good anymore. And I'm like, well, why is that? He's like, well, a tank got to it. And I said, a tank, Hank? He's like, yeah, Manji, a tank got to it. Okay. And I'm like, Hank, let me see the water bottle. So this is, a $10, $15 water bottle. It's a Gatorade sports bottle. It squeezes so the kids, can get it in their mouth with their helmets on. So for a second, we're going to glue this piece now down to our card base. So I get this water bottle and it honestly looks like a tank ran over it. It looks like a car could have rolled over it. It is flat. It is flat as a pancake. The lid's off. I'm like, okay, where's the lid? I'm going to try to get this thing back, and he's not saying anything yet, which is Hank to a T. And so I go to my husband and I have a long wind down. I'm like, I got it somewhat, but the bottom was still crushed flat. So he gets it all done. And he's like, what happened? I said, Hank says a tank got to it. He's like, oh, he probably stuck it under a car and a car ran over it, knowing Hank. So we weren't like overly concerned. Okay, so now I'm going to do the little pinch here like I show you guys. Let me get my little glue dots. So I'm going to take a glue dot, stick it in the middle, and then pinch my ribbon once I take off the backing. This kid. So I get the water bottle, clean it out, get it all done, fill it up. And then on the side, there is a tiny little slit and it is just dripping water. The water bottle is toast. Is so toast. So I call Hank in and I said, Hank, explain to me what exactly happened to the water bottle. And he said, Manji, that's what he calls me. Manji, I told you a tank got to it. I said, a tank. He's like, yeah, me. And that's when I started laughing because we do call him Hank the Tank. And we've called him that since he was like 9 months old. I mean, that is his nickname, Hank the Tank, because he's built like a tank. He's like, I told you, a tank got to it. I said, Hank, what did you do? He's like, I figured that I could shoot a pencil out of the cap if I jumped on the water bottle. So the water bottle's this big, right? And it has an orange cap. He had it emptied. He, with air in it. He jammed a pencil in this nozzle and he jumped on it. And the pencil shot, he said, across the room. I was like, okay, I know now. what happened to the water bottle? I mean, what could I say? It was like I just shook my head and just unbelievable. So I'm taking my ribbon here, and I am going to keep those two ends together, and I want them to have a bit of a, I can get them together, that is. There we go. Just like that, to make them have that little edge. And now this, because I didn't want long ends, there is our bow for the front of the card. Really short little ends at a little angle. We're good to go. Now we're going to work on stamping. So the water bottle is toast. He's going to have to earn that one. He's going to have to earn it and pay for another one, I told him. He's like, what do I got to do? And I said, well, before football season, I said, you're going to be taking your water jug and for wrestling. I said, but before football season, you'll be doing work in the yard and stuff to earn another one. So let's stamp, and we got to stamp some flowers. Let me bring the card back. That's why I chose this. I had a little scrap of the DSP, and I chose that because of what we were doing with the flowers. Now they did flowers. My flower placement is a little different. My colors are a little different. Hopefully you can see that up there. So we do need one for the center that says love you. Pull this down here, and this is going to stay just white, nothing else on it. So that one is done. Next we're going to do our sweet we have to do our stems. So I already have 2 flowers done, even though I have all 5 pieces. So this is what we are recreating. So let's grab 2 more. I have extras just in case I mess up. You know, be prepared. So almost messed up right from the beginning. So we're going to take this one. We're going to stamp. Nope, this is the red one. So we're going to stamp off, and we want it kind of like right there. Stamp it again. Stamp off. This one is for the blue, Pool Party blue flower. Next, we're going to flip it, and we're going to do full strength right in the center. And then we're just going to go at the side. We're going to take it, stamp off, and go at the side again. This is for the yellow. This is for the red in the Pool Party. Well, sweet sorbet. So sweet sorbet is this one, or we can switch it up if we want to. Let's do that. There's sweet sorbet. Don't need that anymore, so I can squidgy it off here on my chamois. Because next I need to use this same stamp for both the yellow and the blue. So here's the Daffodil Delight. I am stamping off, as that's how I like it. Gonna squidgy it again, and then come on and do the Pool Party in full strength. So move that one, bring the Pool Party full strength. There we go. Now we have all 4 of our flowers done. Excuse me, but we are going to do our little sentiment strip in sweet sorbet, which has really grown on me doing all of this. So I love you no matter what. Like I said, this does not have to be for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to move these aside, bring in the Granny Apple Green again, and we're going to use our larger of the 2 stems. There's something on the stamp. Don't want that there. So we're going to ink it up, stamp off. I'm going to do a little bit on that flagged end, and I'm going to hold this up, stamp off, and do a little bit on that one. Stamp off and do this at an angle. No flowers, just the green. So the little bits there and the little bit there. Let me show you our flowers. So that's them. And of course, I love you. Now what I did is, you guys are going to probably laugh at this. So this one, we are going to use the embellishments. And I chose the large yellow Daffodil Delight heart just because I didn't want a red. I just like the pop of yellow on there. So that's for our inside of our card. And then, are you ready? These are actually nail gems that my daughter had in her nail stuff, and she got rid of most of her nail stuff, and I'm like, oh, let me have those. And so I found these. I've had these for a while in here, but I found them in my drawer, and I was like, I can use those. So we are. You never know what you can use. So the pink ones, I'm going to put a pink one in the O's and the E. And I'm just going to use my little scissors here. Come on, work with me, not against me, please. Let me pick you up. I guess I could have. All right. So there's that one. Let me show you. This one here, this yellow one, we're going to do these itty bitty ones, which I hardly have. When I first got these from my daughter, I used these constantly on card making, and I barely have any left. These are the super, super tiny ones. And that's way too much glue for this little one. You'll see. Okay, so there's our Daffodil Delight, just that teeny tiny one. Now on these, we're going to do a combination of a blue and a pink, and we're going to work maybe this way. Put a little blue one and a little pink one. Yikes. Okay, if you flip over, I cannot use you unless I can get you out. So there's a little blue one. Back in COVID, when my daughter used to do her nails and her friends' nails and all kinds of stuff. Now she doesn't have time and she just goes to a nail salon. So those are my little flower bits, and we are going to use dimensionals. So let's put these on our card. The first two to go down are going to be the Daffodil Delight flowers, just like so. And these do not get dimensionals. These are just going down like so. Eyeball it. You can, we can scooch them in a little bit more because they need to be with, this is going to be in between them, the Love You. These could also be, these little bead bodies could be balloons. So there's my Love You. Let's slide this one in right there. Now these guys need dimensionals, and so does the Love You. They just need 2 each. I probably could have put the dimensionals on them, the ones that I already did, but that's all right. I think about it now, but not then. Oh, I've got business cards of my daughters to stamp. I have a retired Stampin' Up animal with dogs on it, and I stamped paw prints and little dogs on there for her work, and she brought home a stack for me to do. So this one, let's get the Love You in there first. So we can go this one a little high. We can do this one a little lower. I think I like the placements of these much better. And this one right there. So this is how simple our card is. Now we are going to stamp a little bit on the inside of this card. So I'm just going to take this stamp off, and 1, 2, I'm just going high, low, stamp off, so low, high, low, just to give it a little bit of a staggered look to it. And this simply gets glued down in the center. You could come back and stamp. Why don't we do that? I'm thinking it needs some more flowers. So we're going to stamp full strength. So there's 1. And then we're going to stamp this one over here. Now I need, which one? This is Daffodil Delight. Stamp off right there. And I need the Sweet Sorbet. We're going to have to do this one more time, guys, because I'm going to have to put this. Oh, we also need gemstones in these. Yes, they need to have the gemstones. So there's one. There's one. I always look for the, here's the pink. The other one will do the blue. So there's my blue one. Ooh. And this one needs the wee little, we're going to do the blue one because I'm running out of these super tiny little ones. All right. So this is our card. Let's do the stamping on the inside one more time, just because I do like, oh, I'm looking for it. So this one, the shorter stem right there, full strength. These are both going to be full strength. We can also stamp these on the envelope if we so choose. So Sweet Sorbet. Have to clean off the Daffodil Delight so I can use the Pool Party. All right. Pool Party and glue. 1, 2. And where am I at? Oh, see, I'm losing my little gems. Here's a blue. I mean, there's not a whole lot left in here anyways. The blue, yes, not my daughter's favorite color. Just says yes, but just is not a nail person. All right. So that's my sample. Let's see that envelope. Where's my envelope? That's my sample. This is my actual envelope. Shall we do a flower? No rhinestones on the flower on the front. But we can do a few flowers. So we'll do 1. Stamp off in the middle. And then, we'll just leave it at that. We are just going to leave it at that, and we will do the same thing. Pool Party and Sweet Sorbet. There we go. Envelope. So let's take a look at the project we just did. January 8th, the second Monday of the month, which equals a shaker card. I can't tell which one's which now. I should be able to. This one. This is the one we just did. So there you have it. Love you. I love you no matter what. So I thought that was kind of sweet. I loved that. I love you no matter what. And I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys consider giving me a thumbs up, like, or share this with somebody you know who may be interested in paper crafting. I would greatly appreciate it. But as always, your comments mean more to me than any of that. So please feel free to comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody. And please come back and visit me on my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now.